Morning everyone. Welcome to Road Rodent Restore. I'm John. So in this video we're going to be checking all the shells, all the alternators, we've checked all the chains and we've checked the big end, checked the oil pump and all stuff like that. So that's what we'll be doing in this video, checking more stuff. Okay, so these shells, let's get one out. I don't know if that's showing up on camera, but you can actually see the colour of copper through that one. Just down there you can see the colour of copper, which means that it's pretty well worn. So if this one needs replacing, I should think all these would do too, if you can get it out. Yeah, it's got light copper, bit of copper showing on the side down there, on that one. These ones have got, those ones have got a bit of scoring in them, I can feel it with my nail, like pitting. So it's safe to say, yes, you can see the copper in that one, you can see loads of copper in that one. So hopefully the other crankcases are okay, otherwise we've got to spend a fortune on these bloody things. Okay, so this is the other engine. Pull one out, put it down there, and as we can see it is discoloured, but there's no signs of real wear on it, so hopefully these are good to go. They all look the same, no copper showing through whatsoever, so that's all good. So because these things are going to be so expensive, I'm just going to go with my gut that these are okay and swap them for these ones. They are both the same engines, but please note that these shell bearings have different colour codes for different years and different models. I think these are orange, the orange code, so you get the orange shells, but like they do have a yellow code and different coloured codes. So make sure if you're doing this you find the code. I think one part of the code is on the main crank there, and the other part must be on the cylinder head, because I can't see it on the can't see it anywhere on the actual crankcase. So I think the other half of the code is on the cylinder head, and my cylinder head is in the other shed. Cylinder head's in the other shed. So please be aware of that if you're messing about with these shell bearings, that they do have codes on the engines for the different shell bearings, and apparently they are like different colours, like I say. So anyway, I'm going to be swapping those shells, like I say, into there. So that's that all checked. So now let's check the upper half of the engine and see what those shells look like. Yes, well, you can see at a click, you can see at a quick glance that these are just the same as the other ones in the other case. Don't seem too worn at all, just discoloured. Looking pretty good. So I'm going to go with my gut that they're okay and use those, but if anybody knows any different, please let me know in the comments. But this crankcase and that crankcase is from my spare engine, and that crankcase and the other crankcase, which is in the other shed, is from the original engine. And so it looks like on the original engine, not only has it got worn cylinders, it's got big end bearings ready to fail as well. But I am using this half of the engine because, like I say, it's got the original documented engine number on it. So that's all those bearings checked, and a decision made that I am going to be using those ones and not those ones. Okay then, so we've got both these cam chains set up. The links run across, but they start going out of line down here, and that one does seem a bit longer. So this is the one that I thought was good, which is off the engine that we're working on now, and that one seems to be stretched. So in my book I think this cam chain is okay and that one is crap, so I think we will be safe putting this cam chain back onto the bike. So let me put this away with the crankshaft. This is the other oil chain. Let's get these two up here. Between the two, I'm thinking this is the best one. But why I come to that conclusion, I don't know. I'm just guessing because I really haven't got a clue. Actually, I think this one is stretched compared to that one. So this one's maybe the good one. So I'm thinking that's the good one. So we'll save that one. Put that one to one side. So that's the good one. That's the bad one with that side. There's the alternator chain, which I'm thinking is good because it's got all nice loose links. There doesn't seem to be any stretch in it. But this one, especially there, look, that link won't flatten out. And there's another link around here somewhere what's a bit dodgy. So I think that one is definitely knackered, because that one definitely looks like it's about ready to snap. So we'll chuck that one away. Now I'll use those 3 chains, so hopefully they are okay, and that has helped me not to spend any more money. So things are looking good so far. Oh yes. A postman has just been. Is it a clue to what it is? Yes, it's my spray paint for the engine cases. So, what next? Okay then, so here we have both the alternator chain tensioners. Straight away we can see that one has a nice long spring on the plunger, and this one is all squashed up. So that's not very good, is it? This one is out of the engine that was on the bike, but this one is out of the spare engine. I've also noticed that somehow that fits up through there, but it doesn't want to go in. It's got some sort of ratchet teeth on there, and it should go in through that little hole, and I would have thought it would just slide all the way through, but it's not doing it. And I've also noticed that there is a little spring inside there, and it looks like it's come out of its seating. So that little tooth thing there, I think I've got to sort of move that round and get the spring back into its proper locating place. So if I'd have just put that in as it is, I don't think it would have gone very well. I think I might be able to salvage this one if I can sort that out, but this one is totally dead. As you can see there on that one where the spring is supposed to be, on that one, it's just completely broken away. There's nothing there whatsoever. So all the mechanism what was inside there has gone inside that other engine, plus all this casting what's broken off has also gone inside the other engine. So that one is for scrap. I suppose the plunger might be okay, but even that looks pretty shiny and worn. The teeth light don't seem very, bit like a worn file. But that one, they're all pretty sharp teeth. Just got to go and check the manual and see if we can sort that out, because these look like sealed units because they're riveted straight through. The rivet straight through there. The blades look okay on both of them. So I've just got to try and sort that out like I say. So let me check the workshop manual, see if I can find out what's going off with that. And I'll be back in a bit. Thought while I was checking you in the book I'd show you a bit of my history. That is the bike I first rode on the road, on the British highways. The first bike I ever rode, legally that is. This is the CBR1000F Super Dream. I had two of those and I rebuilt both the engines. I also had the Goldwing, which I did change the cam belts on, but I didn't make a video of that. That was years ago. I've always wanted the 750. They're beautiful bikes. That's like my blue and white one. Yeah, that's it. So I'll leave you alone while I go and find out what's going off with this. Back in a bit. Okay then, so we found everything we can about the alternator tensioner. Doesn't really say too much about it. Doesn't actually show you the mechanism inside there. So we're just going to have to fiddle about with it. What I'm going to try and do is get a small screwdriver, push that spring up and try and get it back over that barrel type thing. So yes, let's try this one. Just hope that the spring doesn't spring off into the abyss. I'll just try and squash the spring down and put it back on the top. Nope, doesn't seem to be doing anything. It would help if I could understand how this is supposed to be working. I don't know, there might be a piece missing, I don't know. Nope, I ain't entirely sure on how that is supposed to work. So I could be here all day, so leave it with me while I try and work it out. Okay then, so I think I've worked it out. What had happened was the spring had came out because this plunger had came out. And I think you've got to keep this plunger on a tension. Otherwise it just comes back out and the spring comes out. What I did was push the spring right back, and then this little mechanism here pushed it round as hard as I could, put the spring back on the plunger, pushed the plunger in so it went right in like that. And then if you take the tension off your thumb, you can hear it clicking of my So I think we've got to keep that under tension somehow. Keep that on there. Try to keep that up there. There's the other screwdriver. If you pull that thing up, then that allows you to pull that up. And I think it's just this tension of that spring will just go onto the chain. So after and again, look, spring's about to come out. So let's push that spring back in. Try and lift that little arm. There we go. Oh God! Put a cable tie around that or something to keep it under tension. Okay, so it's come undone again, but we just get a cable tie. Put it around there. Where's this bloody thing again? There we go. But I don't want to keep it under too much pressure because that spring looks a bit squashed, so keep that about there like that. Put that bit off there like so. So I'll have to store that like that. So it's a good tip to know, I guess, on this. If your springs come out there and you can't work out why, you have to make sure the plunger doesn't come out. If the plunger comes out, then that spring's probably going to go wonky and squeal whiff, and you might even lose it. But yes, the spring inside that one has gone forever. So we'll be using that tensioner with the old spring. So what next? Radio then. Alternators next. Just take all these nuts off and starter clutches. That comes off as well. There's a little spacer there which comes off, and a washer underneath it. Same on that one. You can take the cog off, like some sort of slipper clutch. So that's that one. Do this one. So it says in the manual, check for free play on the shaft. Doesn't appear to be any free play on that whatsoever. I don't know if you can hear that on the microphone. Put the microphone right next to it. So that one, we could hear it when I do that. That one is solid. That one isn't. So I would say that that means the bearings are worn on this one. Yes, that one sounds like that. That would sound like this. Sorry for sticking my mush in the way, but I'm just trying to get my microphone to the bearing. yes, definitely not too good. I will put this one back together. Let's move that one out of the way because that's the good one. Let's check these. Forget your super duper glasses. Little roller cage bearings. They look okay. They look okay also. Splines look okay on this side. And the splines look okay on that side. The splines look okay on that side as well. So I don't suppose it matters which one of these you use. Well, they could do with a good clean up. Check the cogs on the, check the teeth on the cogs. Check the cogs on the teeth. Why does that one look a different colour? Yes, both the cogs look okay as well. But there is like a bit of, I don't know if that's got to show up. A bit of wear on there or some sort of marks. But this one is just the same. I suppose it's from the roller bearings in there. If you could see the roller bearings on the side wall. Better check those as well, hadn't I? So we'll put this one back on there. So we're going to use that one. Put the washer on, put the spacer on. And now, a very important bit. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but just there's an oil hole in the shaft. See if I can bring it to you. Do you see the oil hole just there? And then on this, in between the cogs, there is also oil holes, but they're scattered about. If you can see them, there's one there, one there, one there. And the thing is, you have to make sure one of these oil holes line up with the oil hole on the shaft. So there's the oil hole on that spline. So get that oil hole to go onto that spline, and there you go. I'm not sure what would happen if you put it on and it's not in line, sort of thing. The oil hole is there on the shaft, and the oil hole is there on the cog, and as you can see, they're not going to line up. So I don't know if you do it wrong like that, it's going to be catastrophic, or it's just it just tells you in the book to make sure you line those up. So obviously I will do what it says in the book. A sip of coffee. A sip of coffee. Cool, that was a big sip. My glasses are steamed up. So yes, and then we've got the bad bearing as well, what goes on the top of that. Some people did mention in the last video about this little plate on the back of this bearing, like it's a sealed bearing. And how could it get damaged like that? Yeah, you could see it's been caught by something sharp, probably the spanner wound on the knocked on the top there. Yes, basically the alternator just gets pushed into there, and the bearing lives in that hole there. And if I turn that round, and the nut is undone from inside there, the bearing is just behind there. Don't know if that's going to show up. So I've probably damaged that by cleaning, or with the spanner, or whatever. Probably cleaning with something, because I have like been putting cloth in these little crannies and then putting a screwdriver tip in the cloth to get the dirt out. So it's probably clumsy muggins here that's damaged it. But saying that, it's just like tin foil, soft as poo. I did get a couple of comments on the main crankshaft as well. We just grab that up, because the eagle-eyed ones among you, not evil, eagle, notice that these teeth are all like in line, and then there's one missing just there. But leave you be, there's not one missing there. That's just the measurement, obviously, for the pulse coils, or whatever they are, coil pulses, pulse pack. Where's the other drive shaft? In fact, looking at these, they look bent. That one looks bent. We go round to the same position. As you can see, identical. So yes, that's about it for this video, I think. I must stress, if you're watching these videos because you're trying to copy everything that I do, please don't, because as I've said in many videos, I am not a mechanic. I have no real training whatsoever. I did mention that I was an apprenticed gearbox reconditioning young boy, but that only lasted 6 weeks before I packed up and went into stacking racks up instead. So yes, I'm not a mechanic, I just follow the book, do what the book says, read it once, read it twice, read it again, and then read it again. So please don't just copy what I'm doing. Always get the manual and refer to your workshop manual, because of things like that. There's little things like that, little oil hole on the shaft and the little oil hole in the cog, what have to be lined up, and you're not going to notice that. You're just going to stick it back on, stick it in the engine, and could be tragic. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a thumbs up. If you didn't enjoy the video, leave a thumbs down, because they all help to get my video pushed to the front of the YouTube queue. So stay well, stay safe, and I'll see you on the next one. No, I haven't thrown the towel in yet. Anyway, here's the towel. Yep, thrown it in now.